What up, everybody? It's your boy, Avell did it back with another one. However you got here, whether you already subscribed to the channel, whether I popped up on your news feed, whether somebody told you about me and you're checking me out for the first time, however you got here was meant for you to be here, so I appreciate it. Before I get started, if you could hit that like button and hit that subscribe button for the content. You did it? Cool. Shouts out to everybody who keep hitting that like, subscribe, hyping the content. I truly appreciate it. So, to everybody out there, I love to say thank you because I truly appreciate every one of you guys that subscribe to the channel. Who we got up right now? We got Wack100 Tekashi69 up right now. What? Yeah. So, here it is, Trap Lord Ross. He's been doing his journalistic thing since, you know, Durk is going to trial next week. So they've been doing all of these hearings and, you know, where the feds listen to both sides, what evidence they can bring in, what evidence they can't. You know, they're going through all of that right now. So Trap Lord Ross is out. He's out there right now. He's out covering it. And it's very interesting at what he had to say of who's going to be in the courtroom a part of this case. Let's hear him, and then we'll talk about it.
Camera over to my trusty homeboy here, and I'm basically about to tell you the craziest shit, all right? The thing that I'm about to tell you is absolutely wild. You might have already seen this on my Instagram, okay? But it just came out that apparently 6ix9ine and Wack100 were brought up in the courtroom today. Now, before anyone gets onto it, I'm not saying they're snitching, I'm not saying they're informant, I'm not saying they're part of the case or the prosecution of any sort. But what I am saying is that the prosecution brought up a podcast clip of 6ix9ine and Wack100 together. I'm pretty sure, I haven't looked it up yet, but I'm assuming if I know the case very well, it's that old clip of Wack100 and 6ix9ine where they do a podcast. I'm pretty sure they did it in Fresh and Fit's old studio. The first time them two sat down, you remember when 6ix9ine talking about hang? Like, that was a crazy podcast, I'm not gonna lie. That was like a hip-hop history moment. But basically, okay, after, like, that interview had a lot of disrespect towards Lil Durk. It had a lot of people talking about, like, you know, why isn't he gonna slide for Von? And if I die, I'm boosting a murder rate, my dudes are gonna slide every day. 6ix9ine was relentless in dissing Lil Durk constantly, telling him to slide for Von. So they basically said, we want to put in evidence number 170, a podcast clip of 6ix9ine interview with Wack100. They said them names. I'm not lying to you, all right? If I'm lying, I'm flying. And
now, did y'all hear what he just said? So they're going to use a podcast that Wack and 6ix9ine did where they was talking about slide for Von. And I want to see how Wack is go. We already know 6ix9ine don't care. He's been in the courtroom plenty of times. But I want to know how Wack100 feels about them actually saying his name, and now he's a part of this case. So these are two separate cases now where his name is brought up. I'm not saying he's telling. No, I'm far from saying that. But what I'm saying is these podcasts where he explains certain stories and encourages people to do certain things or whatever he's saying, the police are listening and they're watching. Whether he's involved or not, they're watching and they're listening. Especially if in the courtroom, they're actually calling you Wack100. That means they watching close. They watching close. Everything he says, they probably be on Clubhouse. I wouldn't be, hey, y'all don't be surprised if the police have people on the payroll to sit and listen to Clubhouse all day, listen to drill music all day, decipher it, and tell them what's going on, who beefing with who, what Wack said, and who did Wack and Big U chase, and all of that stuff. Let's continue.
the judge said, all right, how's this hearsay? How could it be prejudicial? The defense basically said, look, this podcast, it's not probative, it's prejudicial. They're saying participating witness 2 mentioned that Durk had apparently seen this, but it was actually participating witness 2 who saw it. He said that he just assumed that Lil Durk saw it, and it's not really that relevant. Now, the prosecution said, look, PW2 is going to testify that this is the podcast that blew up Slide for Von. So the prosecution are saying that the witness number 2 that is testifying and switching on Durk is going to testify that it was 6ix9ine and Wack100 in that podcast that blew up Slide for Von and basically made Durk so livid that he felt like he had to slide. I'm not gonna lie, I said it before, I said that 6ix9ine tricked Durk out of his position.
Dang, y'all heard that? So I want to know how Wack is gonna flip this, because I'm serious. We already know 6ix9ine don't care about courtrooms, what he said, all of that. We excluding him, but because people gonna be talking about this. People gonna be talking about Wack100 content is being used in a federal courtroom where they're saying his name, and they're using this to say that somebody did something because of the influence of something he said or 6ix9ine said on the show. Now, what do you think people are going to be saying about Wack? Oh, I told you he telling. I mean, he's not directly telling, but when he's on this Clubhouse and I'm not just forget about just Wack. I'm just saying everybody. All of you people out here doing criminal activity. Y'all be on these apps, Clubhouse, you be on No Jumper, showing your pistols, y'all be on these platforms like nobody's watching. And it's like no matter how much they prove to you they're watching and listening, people don't care. People are willing for the clout to say and do anything and willing to take that risk of their freedom. For what? I'd rather be free and broke than rich in a jail cell any day. For real. Because I feel like right now I'm richer than Durk. I'm way richer than Durk. I can go buy them same Doritos he got. You know what I'm saying? For a fraction of the price. I can go buy them same oodles and noodles they buying for pennies on the dollar. I can get up anytime I want. I can go outside. I can do whatever I want. So I feel like I'm richer than any of them niggas in prison that feel, oh, I have money. Like Durk. You see what I'm saying? But I want to know how Wack is going to try to spin this, because people are going to be talking. Let's continue.
Slide for Von was a 6ix9ine movement, all right? And now they're saying Wack100 gave him the assist, okay? I'm not saying they're involved, not saying they're giving statements, none of that stuff before you get onto me, all right? I don't want to get, you know what I'm saying? I don't want to get in no trouble with nobody. But the feds are saying that Durk's people were basically talking about how upset Durk was about this podcast and how that actually got him to slide for Von. You could argue that 6ix9ine is actually part of the reason that they slid for Von. You can't even, like, that's what the prosecution is saying. It's in black and white in the courtroom. That's what is being said. I cannot believe it. That blew my mind. So, apparently, okay, they're saying that, look, everyone saw it, all right? It was incredibly relevant. These aren't just trolls. These are real famous people in the industry that were trolling Durk, making a big problem for Durk. And the judge says, look, the prior rulings that I've made allows this to be admitted, all right? They said that it can be assumed that Durk saw this interview or was at least aware of it, and they knew that this was part of the conversation at the time. The defense said, look, as far as 206, there was a conversation between an unindicted co-conspirator and another person who's not part of the case. And they start talking about co-conspirator number 4, right? They're saying, the judge basically says, witnesses say that co-conspirator 4 was the person who got Quando's location. He attempted to get Quando's location right after Von died. I don't know who Coco number 4 is. I don't know, there's some theories, but I don't know who that is. But basically, the defense said, look, these people aren't expected to testify. So whoever you guys think Coco number 4 is, I know there's rumors, all right? They said it black and white, all right? So I ain't gonna say who people think it is, all right?
Who do y'all think it is? We all know. Everybody say it's Brick Baby, but what? Who knows? You know, there's so many people that tell nowadays. Shit, it could be 2 or 3 people telling the same thing. But yeah, there it is, y'all. So when the case start next week, we can expect Wack 100 and 6ix9ine to be in Lil Durk's trial.
What?
And if you think about it, that's going to be one of the main pieces, because they're saying this is the exact reason why Durk did what he did. I don't understand. I know the police have to be watching Wack 100 closer than he thinks they are, because there's no way. I mean, they probably listen to him more than they do watch him, because he talks a lot. I mean, I'm just saying, I like Wack, but he talks a lot about everything. And he gives up names and dates and times. And to me, people talk about telling to me, if you're saying something for the world to hear, you're telling something. It ain't got to be directly to the police, but you're telling something. And of course they're going to listen. I want to know what y'all think down below, though. Do you guys really think that Wack 100 and 6ix9ine is the cause of gave Durk the encouragement to go out and start to slide for Von? What y'all think about that? Please let me know what y'all think down below. All right, that's all the time I got for this topic. Please make sure you guys hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. One more time. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. And y'all already know I'm going to be back with some more reaction videos, some more news, and I'm definitely going to catch y'all on the next one, all right?